Do you ever wonder why most people fail at the things they try in life? Have you ever seen the movie Venom with Tom Hardy, where all day long he's fighting an inner monster, and when he loses control because he's too exhausted, breaks out and wreaks havoc everywhere? Guess what? You have an inner monster too. This is the same thing I see in all professionals. We have a logical and an emotional side of our brain. Now, I'm not talking about emotional such as happiness, sadness, crying, and laughter. Those are good emotions. I'm talking about the emotional onsets that are strangling your control center all day long. Your logical brain, from the time you wake up, is working its hardest to figure out problems and doing analysis. Now comes along emotion. There's TikTok, and there's these different factors that are distracting you all day. Think of a boxer who's in the boxing ring, and he can either think how he wants to act and think where he wants to punch and what kind of moves he does, or he just gets hit in the face once and loses control because emotional takes over and he's angry. All of a sudden, emotional bang, bang, bang kicks in. Logic goes out the window because emotional has strangled logical, and logical can't think anymore. This is the same thing that happens to us with something like TikTok, a lot of cool girls and cars on there. So the emotional brain is sitting there strangling our control center saying, hey, look at me. And then TikTok takes over, or some other kind of thing that is in your life. Logic loses control over time during the day once emotion sits there and constantly strangles it by wanting you to do something. This is why if you're an emotional person, and again, we're not talking about emotions as in crying and laughter. If you're somebody who's quick to react to things, you see drama content and you want to retweet it, or you see some kind of tweets that you want to call your family about, Kylie Jenner just did something crazy, and then you start talking about it and tweeting it. This is the emotional mind taking over because it's a fast reacting part of our mind that's constantly weighing down the logical all day long. So if you let that emotional part of your mind take over, guess what? Logic can't think anymore and mistakes come into play. This is where athletes, doctors, day traders, lawyers, this is where every single critical field in our world struggles, and that's where people fail, is they can't control their emotional self. So if you find yourself being one of these people who are susceptible to this emotional triggering, guess what? Emotional triggering reduces logic. You've lost control centers, defenses are down, emotion is driving the car, and it's in play. Sorry, man, you just got wrecked.